to go. Overcast looked terrible yesterday, so we're going to make sure these are clear skies from now on when we're doing these. Fast play, hybrid, no. We want broadcast settings. We're going to get the MLB network theme. That's cool. That looks a little better, too. They get a little more graphic in there. We'll still get Heidi Watney for some reason. Don't know how to disable it, so let's get this going. Take a look at some league leaders. David Price is now your league leader in ERA. Brandon Woodruff gave up the run yesterday. Yelich still leading the league in stolen bases, even though he hasn't played in a couple of games. Should be a good one here tonight, this afternoon, whatever you want to call it, however you want to call it. Just glad you're here with us. Take a look at Citi Field in Flushing, New York, just outside of LaGuardia, and where they play the U.S. Open, the tennis version, as the Brewers look for their 7th straight win. They look for the sweep of the Mets. We'll have all the action for you right after this guy holds up this sign that says, "You gotta believe." Noah Syndergaard is getting the start here today for the Mets. He's on the mound hoping to break a 6-game losing streak that the Mets have this week. He last pitched on Tuesday, went 8 innings, gave up 4 hits, 7 strikeouts, no runs, turned it over to the bullpen, and they gave up 2 runs in the top of the 9th, and the Mets took the loss. Really different look today in the lineup. We'll show you what that looks like in just a little bit, but as you can see, Ben Gamel's going to lead it off for the Brewers, and he takes a strike. We're underway. Glad you're with us here on this Sunday afternoon. Mets and the Brewers. Mets 10-11. They've lost 6 straight ever since their last win came against these Brewers a week ago today. Ben Gamel leading off today, and he takes another strike. So a lot of changes in this lineup for the Brewers. They have an off day tomorrow, so some of their key players are going to get a little bit extra rest. The main thing is trying to keep everyone healthy early on. Here's the pitch, and whoa, that is way behind Gamel. Take a look at the weather, 58 degrees, blowing in from right. Brewers have only had 1 home run in this series. Long ball has not been a factor, but they have won the first 2. Here's the pitch. That one's fouled back. Gamel getting in well-earned spot in the leadoff position. Had 2 hits in yesterday's game, was 1 for 5 with a double on Friday. That one just misses. 101 from Syndergaard. 3 for 9 in the series. He's been hitting really well as he hits another one to the corner and deep, and that is to the wall. Gamel's going to have another double, and the Brewers are starting out hot here in the first. 4th double of the season for Gamel. All of those coming this week. Take a look at this one again. Pitch comes right over the not miss it. One hops the wall, and he is on second easily. And that is now going to bring up Luis Urias. And he grounds one foul. So a lot of guys getting some starts here today. Tyrone Taylor is going to make his first start of the season. The middle of that order, there's only 2 guys, and you'll see when they come up, they're going to be in the same spot. Here's the 0-1 to Urias, and that misses up, 1-1. Eric Summersgill is behind home plate. Freddie Ferguson over at first. Joe McDonald at second. They do the backwards rotation on umpires. Usually in the real games, you go from home plate to third, and then to second to first. There's a strike. After a day calling balls and strikes, go over to third. Not as much happening over there. First, you have to make a lot more calls. 1-2 pitch. Misses in the dirt. 2-2. So kind of get you a little bit more mentally ready when the next day you're going to be behind the plate if you're making some close ones over at first. Syndergaard takes a check at Gamel. Here's the pitch. That misses. 3-2. Keston here batting in his usual 3 spot. We'll get a look at that lineup here in just a bit. I just have to make sure I don't miss the prompt when it says what the lineup is. Pitch to Urias, and he hits that one to left. But Nunez is there, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. All right, so here's the Brewers lineup. Different look. Gamel's leading off. Urias is in the second hole. Hiro Garcia in their 3-4 spots as usual. Justin Smoke moves up to the 5-hole. Jed Jerko's getting the start at third. Manny Pena starting at catcher. Tyrone Taylor is going to get his first start in center. And Freddie Peralta, starting pitcher, bats ninth. Keston Hiura steps in with a 6-game hitting streak. He's got a runner in scoring position here. Brewers looking to get on the board first again. He rips that one down the line. So Brewers are going right after these first pitches, and they're just missing them. Syndergaard giving up the leadoff double to Gamble. He's staying hot. Here's the pitch to Hiura. Misses inside. 100 miles inside. 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss right at the knees. Hard one to catch up to. Hard one to put any power behind. And it's 1-2. 1-2 pitch. Hit down the line again, but foul. Brewers with a very different lineup. Probably the most different lineup they've had all season. Hiura strikes out swinging. Fastball on the inside corner. And there's 2 away. Brings up Avisail Garcia. He's got a 4-game hitting streak going. Had a home run in the first game of this series. Also had a triple. 1 for 4 in yesterday's game. And that one's down. 1-0. Garcia also has the prestigious honor of having the only triple for the Brewers this season, which he got on Friday night. They just need a base hit here. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Hits that one to center and deep. Mrzarisnik going back, and he's going to play that one off the fence. And that is going to be a double for Garcia. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead here in the first. So Avisail Garcia keeps his hitting streak going. And the Brewers getting it done here in the first. It's been a big reason why they've been successful during this winning streak. They've been getting on the board first and holding on to those leads. Justin Smoke is in the 5-hole, way in front of that one, 0-1. Smoke, the switch hitting first baseman, has started every game since Tuesday. Braun struggling as of late, 0-2. Smoke drove in the game-winning run yesterday. Had bases loaded, hit a hot shot over to Jimenez, who came in for the injured Rosario. He had to knock it down. It only scored a run. It probably saved another one from coming in. And there's a swing and a miss. So 3 pitches, 3 strikes for Smoke. And that'll do it for the Brewers here in the first. But Avisail Garcia gets the crew on the board first with this towering drive to center. Goes off the fence. And the Brewers take the 1-0 lead. So Freddie Peralta is going to get his 5th start of the season for the Brewers. Has 2 wins. That's the most for the starters. 20 1/3, 3.54 ERA. He has 26 strikeouts, walked 8. One thing that, though, he has given up 5 home runs. Gave up 2 in his last appearance, which was on Tuesday against the Phillies. He only went 4 innings in that outing. He's going to face off against Jed Lowry, who gets to start at shortstop, as I mentioned in the last inning. Ahmed Rosario got injured during that game. Andres Jimenez came in, and Lowry will get the start today. Brewers 14-7. They're a game behind Chicago as we start play today, riding a 6-game winning streak. Here's the pitch from Peralta, just missing, 2-0. Lowry, the former Brewer, was drafted by the Brewers, and he fouls one away. Made an appearance in Friday's game. Pinch hit in the 9th. Got hit by a Josh Hader pitch. 2-1. It is swung and miss. Got fooled on that one. It's 2-2. He does have a home run, 3 RBIs, and he swings and misses at that off speed. Freddie Peralta has a strikeout to start the day.
Batting second, the left fielder.
Right on top of that rubber for some reason. Not a lot of leverage that way. But he's a professional, so who am I to judge? And that brings up Eduardo Nunez with 1 out. Got the start in yesterday's game. 2 for 5. Drove in a run. He did not drive in that run. He just scored a run. He was driven in by Jeff McNeil. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase that slider. It's 0-2. Nunez was caught stealing in kind of a pivotal part of the game. And this is it. 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Peralta here in the first.
Batting third, the second baseman, number 6.
Fastball right in on the hands. And no way he's going to catch up to that one. And there's 2 away. Jeff McNeil steps in. Takes a ball down low. He's on a 4-game hitting streak. Having a really good series against these Brewers. 2 home runs in game 1. 2 doubles in yesterday's game. No one misses again. 2-0. Leading to a lot of the offensive production here for the Mets. Fouls that one away. It's 2-1. Five hits in this series, most on the team. Swing and a miss. Foul tipped even. 2-2. And a swing and a miss, and Freddie Peralta strikes out the side to start his day. So a good inning by Peralta. The rest of his defense ran out there for no good reason. Brewers lead by 1 after 1.
Off for the Brewers.
Jed Jerko is going to lead off the top of the second here for the Brewers.
Jerko.
Getting his first start in a while. Has come in for some defensive substitutions. But had struggled in the last road trip. He went hitless against the Phillies. Got 1 hit in Cincinnati, and he's just been coming off the bench since then. Takes a strike. It's 0-1. This is 1-1. The Cardinals. Here's where the Mets line up today. Eduardo Nunez in left, Marisnik in center, Michael Conforto in right. J.D. Davis, Jed Lowry getting the start at short, Jeff McNeil at second, Pete Alonso at first. Wilson Ramos is behind the dish, and he catches Noah Syndergaard here on a Sunday afternoon. I think this might actually be a Sunday evening game. Manny Pena takes a strike. Looking at the bottom crawl there, it looks like all the games have been completed. So that tells me this is a Sunday night game for the Mets and the Brewers. So all the games down there are final. This is the only game happening, but we do them in the afternoon anyway. That's how I'm broadcasting these. Manny Pena takes one in the dirt. It's 1-1. 1-1 pitch. Check swing, but he went around, says the home plate umpire, and it's 1-2. Internet connection quality not really sufficient to broadcast gameplay. Well, we're going to keep going anyway. If it cuts out, it cuts out. We'll get it going again. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Chased after that very nice slider. And Syndergaard's got the first 2 here in the second.
The center fielder, Tyrone Taylor.
So 3rd strikeout already for Syndergaard. That brings up Tyrone Taylor, who's getting his first start of the season. He was called up when Yelich went on the DL earlier this week. And he hits that one foul. Taylor played in last season when they made the September call-ups. Actually went 4 for 10 during that time. Had an RBI, 2 doubles. So the Brewers have a lot of depth in the outfield right now. And if Taylor, well, Yelich is on the IL, there's going to be some tough decisions to make on who's going to go back down to AAA. That one misses, 1-2. But hasn't had any at-bats, so council giving him a chance here today. Here's the 1-2 from Syndergaard. That one misses. 2-2. Gamble's been hitting very well, getting the shot in the leadoff spot. Garcia's been doing the job, and you got Kane, who's going to be a stalwart in center. 2-2 pitch in the dirt. 3-2. And of course, when Yelich comes back, he's going to be playing every day as well. So, a lot of good outfielders for the Brewers. Here's the full count pitch. Just misses outside, and Taylor's on with a 2-out walk. So, first free pass that Syndergaard has given up today. That's going to bring up the pitcher, Freddie Peralta. So, good job by Taylor clearing the pitcher spot here in the second. And Freddie Peralta will bat with 2 outs. Comes the pitch to Peralta. That one misses. 1-0. So Syndergaard having some trouble finding the zone here with 2 outs. Brewers getting the early lead thanks to an Avisail Garcia double that scored Ben Gamble, who also hit a double. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one misses. 2-0. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a foul. Two-one pitch. Another swing and a miss. 2-2 here on Peralta. Looking to extend this inning. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Got him to chase after the one on the outside corner. And the Brewers are retired here in the second. So they get a base runner thanks to the walk from Tyrone Taylor. But Syndergaard strikes out his 4th batter. Brewers take a 1-0 lead to the bottom of the second. Pete Alonso is going to lead off the second inning. He's seen his batting average drop quite a bit. As you can see, his last 5 games only batting 2 for 17. 2 hits in this homestand. He got 1 hit in 3 starts against the Braves. Only 1 hit here in this series. Peralta starts him off with a slider in the dirt. It's 1-0. Alonso fouls that one into the netting. 1-1. A dangerous hitter, Pete Alonso, reigning home run champion, home run derby winner a year ago. That one's grounded to the right side, but Smoke's got it. He flips it to Peralta, and there's 1 away.
Batting fifth.
So new lineups. That means we got some different defensive alignments as well. Garcia is in left. Taylor's going to get the start in center. Gamble's over in right. Jed Jerko at third. Luis Urias at short. Keston Hiura still at second. Smoke at first. Manny Piña's getting the start behind home plate, and he is catching Freddie Peralta here in New York. As Michael Conforto steps in, takes the ball. This is down low, 2-0. Fence, so it's a ground rule double for Michael Conforto. You can see they had the outfield shifted to the right side. Taylor not able to track that one down. It's going to bounce off the Apple House. And the Mets have their first hit of the game. It's a double. That brings up J.D. Davis. Mr. Met doing some hip thrusts, shaking his butt. Trying to get this crowd going. Trying to get these fans behind their Mets. Trying to get them to break a 6-game losing streak. Here's the pitch from Peralta. That one misses in. It's 1-0. These are the situations that you like to see Peralta grow in. Runners on base early in the game. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Looks like he took a little bit off of that one. Counts evened up at 1. Davis just 1 for 7 in this series, and he grounds one to the left side. Jerko's got it, and he'll make the throw to first to get the out. That'll keep Conforto over at second.
Batting seven.
And there's
The
two away.
Wilson.
Good pitch right on the inner half of the plate. Brings up Wilson Ramos. Ramos having a good series here. He has 3 hits, 3 for 7. Had a double in yesterday's game. And there's a strike. Nice curveball on the outside part of the plate. It's 0-1. Up and in, misses, 1-1. One pitch. One in there for a strike. Peralta quickly up on Wilson Ramos here, 1-2. Checking Conforto over at second. Here comes the 1-2 pitch. And that one's hit to right field, but Gamel's right there to retire the side. So, a double by Conforto goes for naught. And Freddie Peralta gets out of it. You got to believe that this Mets losing streak will end someday, just hopefully not today. Brewers lead by 1 after 2. Ben Gamel's going to lead off the third. The game started with a double to the fence, then scored on the Avisail Garcia double. And that one misses, 1-0. Inside, 2-0. As I saw on the scroll down there, and that's quite the hairdo that happens to Syndergaard when he takes his hat off. The Cubs did lose earlier today in this simulation, so Brewers with a win today will be tied with the Cubs for first place in the division. Cardinals got a win in Colorado today. They won yesterday 22-1. That's just an insane score right there. And that's in there for a strike. Everyone on the Cardinals yesterday had an RBI, including the pitcher Jack Flaherty, the starter, who had 4 RBIs. He actually led the team in RBIs yesterday. So everybody getting in on the action. Everybody getting hits. Here's the 3-1. That's way inside. And Ben Gamel starts the third off with a walk.
The batter, number 2.
Ben Gamel doing really good work here in these starts with Christian Yelich being out, taking advantage of the time. It's going to help him find some more regular playing time, especially if any of the outfielders find themselves in a little bit of a slump. If they need to give a guy a day off, you don't feel bad or worry about having Gamel go in the lineup. As Urias is in, takes one down, it's 1-0. So we wonder if there might be some sort of play as we take a look at Craig Counsell communicating with his third base coach, Ed Cedar. Check with Gamel. He can steal a few bases, none on the season yet. And Urias gets jammed on that one and follows it behind him. Here's the 1-1 to Urias. Grounded over to Lowry. He's going to flip it to McNeil, and he's going to complete the double play. So a good job by the Mets. Erases the leadoff walk, and there's 2 away here in the third. Good downward movement on that curveball. All Urias can do is just basically hit that one right into the ground. Nice turn. Gamble trying to break it up, but a good throw by McNeil. A little somersault action. And there's 2 away. Brings up Keston Hiura. Takes one upstairs, 1-0. Hiura struck out his last at-bat. Trying to extend his 6-game hitting streak. Inside. Way inside, 3-0. Hiura leads the team in RBIs, leads the team in hits, but he also leads the team in strikeouts as well. A lot of those came early in the season when he was struggling, but he has been coming through with the production, so see what he does here in 3-0. Takes one right down the middle, 3-1. Good approach by Hiura. First two men out. Trying to give his starting pitcher a little bit more of a break. Here's the 3-1. And home plate umpire says he went around, so it's a full count. Three-2 from Syndergaard. And that's hit to right. Conforto's at the track, and he's going to make the play to retire the side. So Brewers get a leadoff walk, get it erased on the double play, and we head to the bottom of the third, with the Brewers leading by 1. Heidi Watney, everybody, still talking, still wearing that same coat. It's just a bummer we can't. Let's see what the New York Mets. Oh, so here's their hitting stats for the Mets. As you can see some of their ranks. They lead the NL in stolen bases. Home runs, they're 4th, but haven't hit a lot in this one. They got their home runs in the first game of the series. But the Brewers pitching has done a really good job of keeping the long balls from happening.
Leading up.
Jake Marisnick leads off the third, and then it'll be Noah Syndergaard. And then back to the top of the order. Peralta starts him with a curveball that's in the dirt, and it's 1-0. Swing and a miss. Phillies bouncing back the 4-game sweep of the Brewers, sweeping the Miami Marlins. Jake Arrieta getting the win in that one. So Phillies bouncing back a little bit after a rough time in Milwaukee. Braves win the series against the Giants. So, and this is 2-2. There's another foul ball. We'll do it again at 2-2. See there, Washington takes the final 2 of the series against the Cubs. Max Scherzer getting the win in that one. Jose Quintana with the loss. Ball boy just going to stare at that one. Just going to make sure that everything's good. He's not in the way of any of the action. 2-2 from Peralta. Just misses the inside part of the plate. 3-2. Cardinals take 2 of 3 from the Rockies in Colorado. Brewers will be in Colorado next weekend. Full count pitch. Another one foul. Big story in St. Louis. Adam Wainwright getting moved to the bullpen. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch by Peralta. And Marisnick chases it. And that is strikeout number 4 for Freddie Peralta.
Batting ninth, the pitcher, Noah Syndergaard.
Down in the zone, right at the shins. Couldn't fight that one off. Brings up Noah Syndergaard with 1 out. It's a fly ball to left. Garcia's there. Has it in the mitt for out number 2. Back to the top of the order for the Mets.
Shortstop.
It's Jed Lowry. He struck out swinging his first at bat. And Freddie Peralta blows one by him. It's 0-1. Good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Lowry tried to pull that one. 0-1. Goes back to that part of the plate, threw a little even more off of it, tried to get him to really go after it. Here's the 1-1, and therefore a strike. 1-2 to Lowry, just a bit low. 2-2, good pitch. Good one to miss there. There's a 2-2 swing and a little tapper to Peralta. Make the toss to Smoke. And the inning is over. So, 1-2-3 inning. And the Brewers take a 1-0 lead to the 4th. And we're going to get a report from Heidi Watney here. I'm going to have to look up how to disable this. It's just not necessary. It is fun to see what kind of stats she brings to the table here, but she's going to talk about Luis Urias, who hit into a double play last inning, so no reason for him to be getting warmed up right now. If you're just joining us, we have a new viewer online, which is great. Welcome. Brewers took a 1-0 lead in the first. Ben Gamel is leading off today's game in the place of Lorenzo Cain hit a leadoff double and then scored on Avisail Garcia's double to center. That's been all the scoring we've had so far. And Garcia rolls over on that one, and it's a foul ball. Brewers looking for their 7th straight win. And Garcia hits one to center, and that's down for a base hit. So Garcia staying hot here. He's got 2 hits today. And a base runner for the Brewers in the 4th.
Now batting, the first baseman, Justin Smoke.
Just a good sound off the bat. Nice and solid. And his 2nd hit of the day. Justin Smoke batting in the 5 spot today. He takes the ball. Smoke struck out to end the 1st. His 2 home runs on the season got him in 1 game. And that one's in there for a strike. It's a big talk, with Christian Yelich going down with injury, having to go on the IL. The question is well, how are the Brewers going to respond? And they've responded pretty well. They've won every game since he's went on the IL. Smoke came through with some home runs, swing and a miss, 1 and 2. Ben Gamel coming in his place. Has been getting on base. Garcia in this series has been driving in runs. He's getting production from all aspects of the lineup. Bullpen has been performing very well, as they have all season. And same thing that happened last year when Yelich ended his season with the injury, and way in front of that one, and Smoke's down on strikes for the 2nd time today.
The third baseman, number 5.
So 5th strikeout for Syndergaard.
Jerko.
That's going to bring up Jed Jerko, who's getting the start over at 3rd base today. He's got a runner at 1st, and Avisail Garcia. And he takes a strike, 0-1. Last year, when Yelich missed the end of the season, the Brewers stayed in contention. They got that final wild card spot. Everyone pulled through. And you're seeing that here as well with this crew. Everyone's helping provide some sort of production. And that's a big reason why the Brewers have won 6 straight. Good Jerko here, 0-2. Here's the pitch from Syndergaard. Down and away, 1-2. Check with Garcia. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled into the netting. 1-2. And Jerko way in front of that one. And it's another strikeout for Syndergaard. So back-to-back Ks after the leadoff single. That's going to bring up Manny Pena. Well, you're watching some Brewers simulated franchise mode from MLB The Show 20 on youtube.com/Tucker Comedy. Make sure to like and subscribe, share the links, share the playlist, whatever you can do to help spread the word is greatly appreciated. Manny Pena swings and misses. It's 0-1. Brewers are off tomorrow, so there will be no broadcast, no streaming. Tuesday night, they'll be back in action at 7 p.m. They'll face off against the Pittsburgh Pirates at PNC Park. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Hit on the right side. McNeil's there. And he'll get the final out to Alonso to do it for the Brewers in the 4th. So, leadoff single. Doesn't do anything for the Brewers. Syndergaard works around it well. And the Brewers lead still remains 1-0. Eduardo Nunez is going to lead us off here in the 4th for the Mets.
The left fielder, Eduardo Nunez.
Swing and a miss. Nunez has started today and yesterday's game with the righty on the mound. In a platoon with Brandon Nimmo. Right now, as Yoenis Cespedes is on the injured list. And a swing and a miss. And Peralta makes quick work of Nunez. And that's the 5th strikeout for Peralta.
Now batting, number 6.
Brings up Jeff McNeil. He struck out in the first. Peralta struck out the side in the first. There's the 1-0 to McNeil, and he hits that one into left. Garcia's there, and
Now batting, first baseman, Pete Alonso.
another thing to look out for as we see Pete Alonso step into the box. I will be doing some power rankings based on how the teams are performing in this franchise mode, so you can check that out. I'll find a way to post that throughout my various social media streams, either on Twitter at Tucker Comedy. You can find me on Facebook. I'm Tucker Diedrich. Don't know how I can post it to subscribers within YouTube yet. I'll figure that out. I'm sure there's a good way of doing it. Here's the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss.
1-1.
But some additional content for everybody. Content is king, especially in these times. Gonna be another month at least, so make do with what we can. Peralta misses on the 1-1 pitch. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Got him way off balance. And that's kind of the way Alonso's been swinging lately. 2-2. Just missing the bottom of the plate. Couldn't get him to chase that one, and it's a full count. As I mentioned, Alonso, only 2 hits in this homestand. Has been struggling as of late. When you have swings like that, you're pressing. Here's the 3-2, and that's grounded foul. It's the hardest thing to do is try to go up to the plate, have a good approach, have that approach that you would have when you're in a hitting streak as you would if you're in a slump. And a swing and a miss way out in front of it. And Alonso continues to struggle, but hopefully he'll figure it out, especially if it's when the Brewers leave town. Peralta's rolling along after 4. Brewers lead by 1.
Leading off from Milwaukee, the center fielder, Tyrone.
So Tyrone Taylor is getting the start in center for Lorenzo Cain. He walked in his first appearance. And he takes the ball there, 1-0. Council's trying to get a little extended look of his young prospect here. That one misses as well, 2-0. A lot of depth in this outfield for the Brewers. Getting a lot of production from all of them. Even got Ryan Braun in the wings as well. 2-0 pitch to Taylor. And he's going to hit a little blooper to center, and that's down for a base hit. A little dying quail on that one. And the Brewers have their leadoff man on.
Now batting, the pitcher, Freddie.
First hit of the season for Taylor. Looks like a line drive in the book, though, and Peralta up in a bunting situation. Trying to move Taylor over to second here. He squares, and he's going to get it down the first baseline.